I was the real daughter who got abandoned. When the cops brought me back home, the whole family didn't seem happy about it. The fake daughter was perfect, pretty, sweet, and smart. Everyone called her the genius. Then came the day of the big test results. I scored first in the city, leaving the fake daughter miles behind. Oops, looks like I've revealed my true self. I'm the real genius. On the day the results came out, my parents sat with the fake daughter, eagerly waiting. I was in the corner just munching on some sunflower seeds, until I heard cheers coming from their side. 682. 682 points. Mom and Dad, I did it. The fake daughter, Candy, jumped into my mom's arms. Mom was all teary, and they hugged tightly. Our Candy is the best. I always knew you could do it. Dad chimed in with a smile. I mean, who else could she be but Nathan's daughter? Excellence runs in the family. I've made a reservation at a restaurant. Let's go celebrate with Candy tonight. I'll go get the car. Let's go. I was still sitting in the corner, just about to check my score online. Candy then called out in a fake concerned voice. Mom, Dad, should we wait for Lily to check her scores? Mom's expression turned to pure disdain. She replied, not bothering to hide her lack of interest. What good will her scores do? They'll just embarrass us. Let's go, let's not wait for her. It was always like this at home. My biological parents didn't like me. To them, Candy was the real daughter of this family. I was just an outsider. Almost a year had passed since I got back to this house, and the longing for family had already faded. Now I just wanted to leave. Once the front door closed, I finally opened my laptop to check my test results. 704. 2 points higher than I expected. I was lost in my own joy when my phone rang. I answered the video call. On the screen were my foster parents. Sweetie, have your test results come out yet? My foster mom asked. I smiled and said cheerfully, yes, 704. Oh my God, that's higher than your brother's score back in the day. You're amazing, my darling. Let me give you a kiss. On the screen, my foster mom was about to move closer for a kiss, but got playfully blocked by a hand. I heard a familiar voice coming from the video. I paused for just a fraction of a second. Is Mike there with you? Foster mom turned the camera, and there was Mike's handsome face. For a moment, my face felt stiff, but I quickly covered it and smiled. Hi, Mike. His eyes met mine, studying my face with concern. You look thinner. I almost lost my composure at that. My foster mom, worried, chimed in. Are your biological parents treating you okay? If they dare to bully my daughter, their business should go bankrupt. Her comment made me chuckle. Mike kept staring at me with worry in his eyes. My foster dad sighed and said, Lily, we respect your choices, but we don't want you to suffer. If you're unhappy, come back home. We'll always have your back. I felt touched. I know, Dad. I gotta go. My friends want to celebrate. Have fun abroad. I quickly hung up the call as tears started rolling down my cheeks. I wasn't even that sad before, but when someone cares, it just hits you. 2 days later, it was the graduation ceremony. After breakfast, I was leaving when I saw Candy waving at me from a car, looking smug. Oh, my dear sister, I'm heading off first. You catch a taxi. She told the driver to go, leaving nothing but car exhaust behind. I just rolled my eyes. At the curb, I grabbed a shared bike and rode to school. When I got to the school gates, there was the school star and a group of guys and girls. Candy was in the center, standing higher on the stairs, looking down at me. I planned to ignore them and head to my classroom, but someone stopped me. Hey, country bumpkin, no greeting when you see us? So rude. I looked up and said, are we even close? The girl who stopped me looked taken aback. Candy took her hand and gave me a disdainful look. Lily probably didn't do great on her exams. Let's not tease her anymore. Everyone then looked at me with disdain. A country bumpkin like her, from the sticks, of course she did poorly. Lily, you probably don't know, but Candy and the school star are both going to the same college. You're never gonna catch up with them, ever. You should just settle for some community college. Am I right or am I right? Haha. The laughter from the girls was loud and mocking. Fed up, I said, have you said enough? If so, can you move aside? You're blocking my way. Their laughter faltered, and they stared at me shocked. They probably didn't expect quiet little me to talk back. Before, I didn't want to waste my time on these people while preparing for the exams. But now that they're over, I had no such concerns. Seeing me reach for my backpack like I was about to hit them, they quickly got out of the way. Lily, are you crazy? Wanna find out? I walked past the girls, a smirk on my lips. Bunch of cowards. The girls and guys behind me were yelling, Lily, just wait. Come back if you dare. I rolled my eyes walking ahead, knowing only an idiot would go back. I wasn't one. In the classroom, I ignored everyone's stares and went straight to my seat. I was about to catch some sleep when noise erupted again. Candy was at the doorway, in a lingering hug with the school star. The classmates rushed over, excited to watch. Ah, the goddess and the school star are so sweet together. It's like they're straight out of a novel. Wow, I'm so envious. When will I have such a sweet relationship? I want that too. Can someone bless me with a boyfriend like the school heartthrob? With a sweet smile on her face, Candy walked into the classroom under everyone's envious eyes. She spotted me in the corner and came straight over, placing a small dessert on my desk. Lily, I saw you didn't eat much this morning. Here's a little treat for you. She's always been this way at school, as if being around me somehow makes her look even better. I slowly opened my eyes and glanced at the neatly wrapped snack. Sorry, I'm not into sweets, I said flatly. I skipped breakfast because someone took the 2 breakfasts the auntie prepared for me. Yeah, thanks, Candy. Candy looked a bit nervous, her big innocent eyes staring at me. You shouldn't skip meals, even if you didn't do well on tests. It worries me. Thanks, I replied with a slight smirk. But who said I did poorly? Dreaming, were you? When I was brought back home, since my parents couldn't bear to let Candy go, they just told everyone we were sisters. They were afraid Candy would be sad, so they tried to give her a sense of security that way. To everyone, Candy remained the prestigious family princess, and I was just the country bumpkin. Little did they know, I wasn't just another high schooler transferring in from the country. When the police found me, I was with my adoptive family at a vacation spot in the countryside. I returned only because I missed my real family, which now doesn't seem to count for much. I'm not willing to play along with Candy's charade any longer. Lily, calm down. I mean no harm. I just wanted to comfort you, Candy pleaded, her small face full of grievances that aroused sympathy from others around. A boy pointed at me and said, Lily, what's up with that? She's just trying to be nice. Yeah, and for someone always at the bottom grade wise, you still think you can do any better? Laughter erupted from the classmates around us. If I were your parents, I'd be embarrassed for you not living up to Candy's standard, someone chimed in. Another voice said, how do you even dare speak like that? Candy is so kind to put up with someone like you. Classmates gathered around Candy, comforting her while bad-mouthing me. I let out a small smile and said to Candy's sister, do you really think this is my fault? Candy shook her head, maintaining her innocent facade. No, it's all my fault. I should have been more sensitive. That's exactly what I was waiting for her to say. I propped my chin in my hand and watched the drama unfold. Well, since it's not my fault, aren't you going to speak up for me? They're bad-mouthing your sister right in front of you. How can you stay silent? Candy's face turned red as she turned to the classmates around her. You all, stop talking about Lily like that. It's my fault. Blame me, not her. Huge tears rolled down her cheeks, and the classmates panicked. Ah, the same old trick. I was getting bored and just laid my head down to resume my nap. Half asleep, I heard the voice of our homeroom teacher. I looked up to see him standing at the podium with a bouquet of flowers. Hey everyone, happy graduation, he said, walking in with a big smile, instantly bringing the room to silence. Happy graduation. Some boys in the back chimed in, although they got a warning glance from the teacher. Trying to act innocent now, huh? The teacher teased. Sorry, sir. One of them chuckled, and laughter filled the classroom. Quiet down, everyone. I've got some great news to share, the teacher said, adjusting his glasses with a grin spreading across his face. Regarding the college entrance exams, all 40 students in our class got into their chosen universities. Congratulations to our students Candy and John for getting into prestigious universities. Candy and another boy stood up, receiving a burst of applause from the class. The teacher motioned for quiet once more. And not only that, a student in our class scored the highest in the entire city, with a score of 704. This announcement sent the class into a buzz of disbelief. No way, when did we have a genius in our class? Isn't it usually between the class president and Candy? Everyone's gaze turned to the class monitor. No, not me, the monitor waved awkwardly. The teacher interrupted again. Stop guessing. This student is an ordinary one among us. Who could it be then? This is like an underdog story. Everyone was looking around, suspicious and surprised, trying to guess. Finally, the teacher spoke up. The student is Lily. The teacher started clapping, but the class went silent. Everyone was staring, mouths agape, like they had just heard something unbelievable. Candy almost couldn't keep her smile intact, sitting there stiffly. The teacher adjusted his glasses, looking like he'd been through it all. Even he hadn't expected it when the principal talked to him. The whole class had guessed, but no one thought the student at the bottom, Lily, would become the top scorer. All right, everyone, let's applaud for Lily. Everyone in the class gradually snapped out of it, their faces looking all kinds of complicated. Especially those who'd talked trash about me before. Their expressions were hideous, like they were constipated or something. The homeroom teacher handed me a bouquet and gave my shoulder a firm pat. Lily, hurry to the administration office and have your picture taken for the record. I nodded and exited the classroom under the watchful eyes of my classmates. By the time school ended, word had spread that our school produced the top student in the entire college entrance exam. There were even media swarming outside the school. I slung my small bag over my shoulder and left the classroom on my own, only to run smack into Candy and Nathan. Candy's face couldn't hide her sour expression, and I was secretly thrilled. Lily, even if you scored first in the city, you're still just a country bumpkin. Nathan will always like our Candy more. I smirked. Is that so? Nathan looked seriously guilty being stared down by me. Lily, since you scored so well, focus on your studies instead of aiming for what doesn't belong to you. We can still be friends. I was mildly disgusted. Who wants to be friends with you? I just hope to never see you again. What a buzzkill. Right after I left, I uploaded a surveillance video to the school group chat. Just as I was about to switch off my phone, a call came through. Recognizing the caller ID, I answered tentatively. Big brother. The man's deep, pleasant voice came over the line. Where are you? I'm at school. Come out. I'm waiting at the gate. I quickly made my way outside. Look, is that the Lily who scored first in the city? She's so pretty. I wish I could be as amazing as she is. But isn't she Candy's sister? I heard Candy was accusing her of stealing Nathan not long ago. Hey, guys, check out the school group chat. There's a huge story unfolding. The school chat was buzzing with the surveillance video that was recently shared, bringing a bunch of lurkers out into the open. No way, that's Nathan in the footage. Who said Lily was chasing after Nathan? It's clear as day that Nathan's the one chasing Lily. Are you kidding? Nathan's this kind of guy. How did we not realize? Unbelievable. So he's the one who couldn't handle rejection and slandered Lily by claiming she was stalking him. Does he have no shame? Wow, what a jerk. I can't believe I ever believed his crap. Outside the school in the distance, I caught sight of a man surrounded by a crowd. Leo was stepping out of a Lamborghini, leaning casually against the car, checking his watch. Though he played it cool, he still caused quite a stir. His looks alone were captivating, making him an eye-catching scene. A lot of girls passing by couldn't help but stare, some even pulling out their phones for a picture. I made my way through the crowd to his side. His stoic expression softened slightly when he saw me. He naturally grabbed my bag and opened the car door for me. Let's go. I settled into the passenger seat, and as we drove off, I could still hear people whispering. He's really handsome. What's the deal with Lily and him? They look perfect together, like characters from a romantic novel. Man, if that guy was our senior, we'd be way better off than with Nathan. Don't even compare that toxic guy to him. Nathan's not in the same league. The commotion at the school gate spread fast on the campus web. Candy stood behind a tree, her entire face twisted in the shadows. She glared at the scene just moments before without letting it go. She's just a country bumpkin. How could she possibly know such a handsome man? She must have used some underhanded trick. Bet she's gotten cozy with him to score big. Lily, just wait. I'll prove what a disgrace you are. Later that night, after having dinner with my foster parents, Leo dropped me off at home. He personally unbuckled my seatbelt. In the cramped space, we were close enough for me to catch the familiar scent of sandalwood. I always loved that smell, back when I could only fall asleep while cuddling up to him. As he got busier with work, I'd sometimes go a week without even seeing him twice. That sparked a few fights between us, and he'd always leave without a word. So, I decided to confront this once and for all, bought a ticket and flew over to find him that night. I got lost and called him out of desperation. He stormed over to yell at me, only to hug me tight in the end. That night he kissed me, not in the way brothers and sisters do, but like a lover. I ended up limp in his arms. The next morning, I snuck off, too embarrassed to see him again, until the police got in touch saying they'd found my family. Honestly, it had been a year since I last saw him. I thought I'd sorted out my feelings, but seeing him now, my heart still skipped a beat. Have you figured it out? Ready to leave that house? I lowered my gaze and quietly responded, I have. They don't need me, and me leaving would be for the best. Leo looked at me for a moment, then gently pulled me into a hug. I forced out a smile, knowing he was worried I'd be upset, and trying to comfort me. I'm not sad, really. It's not like we were close or anything. Leo let go of me. Call me if you need anything. Okay. I got out of the car and headed to the villa. Upstairs, just as I was heading into my room, I suddenly noticed the light was on, and the door was slightly ajar. My face froze for a split second. I opened the door quickly and walked in. There was Candy rummaging through my room. Candy, what are you doing? She was startled by my voice, dropped what she was holding. It was a bracelet my foster mom got me from an auction for my birthday. I wanted to keep it as a memento. Now thanks to Candy, it was smashed to pieces. I was beyond furious. Why are you in my room, going through my stuff? Candy had never seen me so angry. She looked really upset. I wasn't doing it on purpose. I was looking for you and saw you weren't here. Where did you go so late at night? I almost laughed. Where I go is none of your business. Is that your excuse for searching my things? What about your manners, Candy? Candy blushed and then got defensive. So what if I was going through your stuff? This house is mine. I can do whatever I want here. What about you, Lily? Are you feeling guilty about something? I almost laughed out loud from anger. Me guilty? Your way of twisting things is getting better and better. I demanded, put my things down and get out of my room. Right now. I was so mad that my expression was terrible. Just as I finished speaking, my mother's voice chimed in. Candy immediately put on a sad face and ran to her mother's side. Pointing at me, she said, Mom, I suspect Lily is seeing someone behind our backs. I saw her get into a man's car today with my own eyes. He even bought her a bunch of expensive stuff. Someone from the countryside has no way of owning such things, unless he got them for her. Mom frowned, not looking pleased, and asked me, is what Candy said true? I opened my mouth to explain, but she cut me off immediately. You're so young, and you're already looking for men? Didn't we give you enough here? You're just that low, clinging to someone else. You've brought shame to our family. How could we have a daughter like you? I chuckled softly. Well, like mother, like daughter, I guess. Candy intrudes and goes through my stuff for no reason, and all you do is scold me. Such a great mom. Candy, looking all innocent and scared, whispered, hiding behind our mother. I only wanted to ask Lily where she's been. When I saw she wasn't here, I decided to wait for her. Then, I saw the stuff on the desk. Mom patted Candy's hand reassuringly, and then turned to me. Candy didn't mean it. No need to be so aggressive. Aggressive? Me? I echoed. Fine, if you all think I'm aggressive, I'll be aggressive. The bracelet you broke, shouldn't you, as a mother, compensate for it? I calmed down. Some people will believe you no matter what, while others won't, no matter how much you explain. Since I was burning bridges today, I might as well burn them all. Mom looked at me like I was something filthy. You just want money, right? She slapped a bank card into my hand and said, There's 100 grand in there. Is that enough? Dump that man, and I'll give you another 500 grand. I looked at her like she was a joke. You surely don't think that bracelet's worth just $100,000? How much more can it be worth? I held up 5 fingers. $500,000? Candy glared at me. No way that junk is worth $500,000. You're trying to scam us. I responded slowly. Who said it's worth $500,000? Candy breathed a sigh of relief. I knew it. That junk's only worth a few thousand at best. I smiled. It's worth $5 million. $5 million. Mom and Candy's eyes widened at the same time. Mom fumed. Lily, stop being greedy. This family owes you. But we're willing to compensate with $500,000. Keep pushing, and you won't get a dime. Gently, I picked up the broken bracelet, wrapped it up lovingly with a handkerchief, and turned around. You better save that $500,000 for a casket. I'll leave myself. No need for you to kick me out. Now please leave my room. As for what you owe me, I'll take it back bit by bit. Mom sneered. You better mean what you say, or don't blame us if things get ugly. Let's go, Candy. Next day, I packed up my stuff, grabbed my luggage, and went downstairs. Mom and Candy were happily having breakfast. When they saw me, they gave me a cold glance. I didn't bother acknowledging them, and left the house without looking back. At the same time, photos posted by classmates online started circulating. The school group chat was buzzing. The man in those photos, he's the CEO of a large corporation. One that practically dominates half of the business sector. Oh my God, what's Lily's relationship with this CEO? They look so close. Are they dating? After that question, my information was quickly dug up by netizens. She's not his girlfriend. Word is, she's the adopted daughter of the former CEO and his wife. And guess what? Besides being their adopted daughter, Lily holds 30% of Shingshire's shares. She's the biggest shareholder after the CEO. No joke, my dad's an executive at the company. The news left everyone stunned. The next day, Mom was just about to head out to play cards with her girlfriends, when a group of reporters stopped her. What's going on? Mom asked, adjusting her hair when she saw the cameras. The reporters explained their purpose. Here's the thing. We're here to interview Lily about her outstanding achievement of getting the highest score in the city on the college entrance exam. Would it be convenient? Mom paused, seemingly not processing what she had just heard. She asked again, are you saying my daughter got the highest score in the city? Really? The reporters double-checked the address, then confirmed it with her. Mom, thrilled, canceled her plans and called Candy, who was playing outside, to come home at once. When Candy came back, she was with a few of her friends. They were heavily made up and reeked of alcohol. Mom couldn't hide her smile when she saw Candy walk in. Smiling, she said, you kid, you got the top score and didn't even tell me. See, the reporters had to come to find out. Candy was bewildered as she was ushered to the reporters. Mom joyfully said, come on, Candy, they're interviewing you. Show them your best. And I'll be right here recording everything. But the reporters on the couch looked puzzled. They pulled out their phones. The picture obviously wasn't the girl standing before them. Had they really gone to the wrong house? We might have made a mistake. Do you have another daughter? We're looking for this one, the reporter said, showing a photo to Mom. Mom's face turned pale. Are you sure? My daughter scored 682 on the exam. Isn't she the top scorer? You can interview her too. She added. The reporters awkwardly stood. Sorry. If you don't have this person, we'll be on our way. They hurriedly left. Mom's face fell quickly. Ignoring Candy's attempts to stop her, she started cursing. What lousy reporters. You want to interview my daughter, and I won't let you. Who cares? Candy held her mom back as she tried to chase after them, demanding, Candy, is what they said true? Did Lily really get the top score? Candy nodded, noticing a flicker of regret in her mother's eyes. She quickly added, Mom, why don't we bring Lily back? I bet if we apologize, she won't stay mad at us. Mom's original hesitation turned to disgust at these words. Bring her back for what? Let her suffer outside, she'll come back. Want me to apologize to her? Dream on. Candy heard this, and smiled smugly when no one noticed. Lily, even if you got the top score, so what? Mom still doesn't like you. Meanwhile, I lay in my beachside villa, leisurely munching on chips. Life couldn't be better. When my adoptive mom returned, she hid a small box she was holding. Sweetheart. I snuggled into her embrace. Mom. She affectionately patted my head. It must have been rough these days, huh? Look what Mom brought you. She presented the small box in front of me. I opened it and found a beautiful bracelet. You were always looking at that broken bracelet, my adoptive mom said. I thought our Lily probably liked it, so I bought a new one for my sweetheart. Even though it's different, I spent a long time picking it out. Do you like it? I hugged her, tears uncontrollably streaming down my face. I love it. I love you. And I love you too. People don't know. My mom had a car accident when she was pregnant. The doctor said she couldn't have kids after that. Later, she saw me being bullied at the orphanage. She fell in love with me at first sight. She took me home and raised me like her own child. I know Mom might always have that regret in her heart, and I'm that piece filling it. Sometimes, family doesn't necessarily mean blood. It's built through time and experiences. That's why I love her, whether she's my blood mom or not. A week later, Mike told me the company went bankrupt overnight. Internal staff transferred all the funds, and the person behind it was Dad's best friend. They probably don't even know that Candy's real dad is this very friend. It was all part of his plan. Years ago, Candy's father grew envious of an industry and swapped his daughter. I was discarded. Now, for some unknown reason, that person couldn't sit still and took all of the company's assets overnight. Even Candy vanished, leaving the mess for her parents to deal with. When I heard the news, I was so happy I clapped. Now that's what I call betrayal, raised a traitor like Candy. I asked, so what's going on with them now? Leo handed me a chicken wing and said, the investigations caught up with them. Over the years, Nathan involved them in many illegal activities. They can't escape. I blinked at Leo, suspecting something. Bro, did you do something? Mike paused mid-bite, his deep eyes fixed on me. Are you going to stop me? I met his serious gaze and felt my heart skip a beat. No way. I said, I just think they're not worth it, dirtying your hands. Mike's expression softened, his voice gentler. Relax, I just told Candy's dad about what Nathan had done. I didn't expect him to run with the money the next day. I burst into laughter. To top it off, he ran, but not without reporting the company. I can't help but say, guess that couple always misjudged, let a wolf indoors, and ended in utter destruction. A few days later, the police took the parents away. I was present that day. It was a rainy day. Mike shielded me, standing across the road as we watched them being escorted by the police. They looked worn out, like they'd aged years in a blink. When they saw me, they desperately reached out as if I was their lifeline. Lily, help us please. Your dad and I know we messed up. We know you're capable, right? I'm your mom. Tears were streaming down her face. I stood there in the crowd with a slight smile and spoke up. Sorry, I'm not here to save you. I'm here to see you off. My mom knew I wouldn't teach them anymore when she heard that. Her eyes were as sharp as a scorpion's as she glared at me. Lily, you ungrateful thing. If I hadn't given birth to you, you wouldn't even be alive to go wild. If I had known, I would have choked you at birth. I curse you to die a miserable death. Mike covered my ears, leading me away from the crowd. In the car, he strapped me in, staying silent beside me. I looked at the face I'd seen since I was a kid. Out of nowhere, I said, bro, I'm turning 18 in a couple of weeks. Kevin looked at me puzzled. I batted my eyes and took the opportunity to wrap my hands around his neck. Do those things you said before still stand? Leo raised an eyebrow. Of course. A mischievous glint flashed in my eyes. I leaned up and gave him a quick peck on the lips before he could react. Then I let go immediately, my face burning as I turned to look out the window. When my birthday comes, I'll tell you my answer. In the small space, I could feel Leo's breathing get heavier. I quickly pushed him away with my little hands. Not now, just focus on driving. Leo chuckled. All right, I'm driving. That night, I couldn't escape the price of a little teasing. Looking at my own reflection in the mirror, my lips were swollen. I was fuming. Is he part dog or something? On my birthday, I hosted a beach party. All my friends from the circle came. My childhood friend even flew in from abroad. She was shocked when she heard about me and Leo, eyes wide open. No way, Leo's got game? I always thought you two seemed a little abnormal, closer than regular siblings, but I didn't overthink it. Who knew this guy actually had feelings for you? My precious cabbage eaten by a pig. I feel a bit bad. What if you stop playing games with me and hang out only with him. She was kinda bummed. I promised never. He's super busy. He won't be able to hang out with me all the time. Good. I told her my plan, and she opened her eyes wide. Lily, can't you be a little more reserved? Girls don't confess to guys. I pouted. Why not? I like being the one to take the lead. Alright, then I'll be your love bodyguard for a bit. As the party wound down, I found Leo amidst the crowd. Ignoring the stares, I pulled him away. We ran across the beach, our hands clasped tightly together, neither letting go. I took him to the spot behind the rocks. I had a surprise for him there. The dusk hid my burning red face. I offered him my bare heart. And I said those words I'd never dared to say. I'm clear-headed because I know that I truly love you. We kissed beneath the twilight as fireworks lit up the sky. All our friends hiding behind the rocks came out cheerfully. They had confetti in their hands and laughed. Together. Be happy, Lily. Mike interlocked his fingers with mine, and I turned to him. I think I will be. The end.